Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Unboxed. I'm your host, Dr. Robert Davis. I'm so glad that you decided to join us today. Please make sure before we get started that you like, subscribe, and share. Today, we're going to be talking about building the Black family. And more specifically, we're going to talk about how we can continue this progress. You don't want to miss. Stick around. I'm Dr. Robert Davis, family life educator and relationship coach. And welcome to Unboxed, a frank and straightforward conversation about relationships. We're going to talk about family, church, workplace, and all other types of relationships. Join me for the next few moments as we unbox the power and potential of relationships and help you to live your best life. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Unboxed. So glad that you joined us again today. Again, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. All right, so we've been talking about all of the realities, and not all of them, but we've been doing an overview of the realities of the life of African Americans in America and the impact that it has had on us financially, the impact that the United States has had on African Americans emotionally, psychologically, educationally, so far as being able to build wealth economically. I mean, just in every way that you can think about it, this country has been very intentional and systematic in keeping African Americans down. This is just a fact. I mean, even today in 2021, doctors still believe that African Americans have thicker skin, that Black women are more tolerant of pain. I mean, these are just, you would think that those ideas would have gone out in the 1800s. They're still very prevalent today among recent graduates of medical school. So, this nation has really just been designed to oppress and to keep African Americans down. And we talked about the fact that while we need to be aware of the realities of this nation and what this nation has done to us and the impact and the way that it has pre-programmed generations of Blacks living here in this country, we also want to take accountability and to say, you know what? It's pretty obvious that America has no intention on doing what it's supposed to do in the area of reparations, in the area of addressing the structural and systemic issues that are impacting the Black community. So we're going to hold them accountable and continue to push our nation. But more than that, we're going to hold ourselves accountable. And we're going to begin not only to be aware of what has happened, but to take accountability for how we move forward, which leads us into action. And this is one of the things that I recommend. Again, if one person leads the entire movement, if one person is the face of the movement, if one person is the poor man's march, if one person is the movement to protect communities known as the Black Panther, if one person is this liberation movement, then they can kill that one person and the movement dies. But if each of us take accountability and then transition that accountability into something called action. So awareness, accountability, and the third thing that we've been talking about is action. If each of us says, you know what, I am going to take action. I am going to do, and we can't do everything, but I'm going to, as a song that I used to sing when I was a kid, brighten the corner where I am. I'm going to brighten the corner where I am. I want to share with you a little bit, and then I'm going to send you home, about something that I've been doing in this community. This is in no way what everyone should be doing. Again, we all want to contribute so that some individuals are going to contribute financially. Some people are going to work to build up the Black community emotionally. Some people are going to work to build up the Black community educationally. We all have our part to play. And it's very unfruitful when one individual who focuses on education is criticized by someone who focuses on politics, or vice versa. That's very unfruitful. We each have to respect what the other one does, but more than that, we each have to be in the game. We have to be in the arena. I just saw my friend's post. We have to be in the arena. So let me just share one of the things that I've been doing for the past several months. After the George Floyd protest, I began to bring community leaders together under my nonprofit Season with Grace Unboxed. And in conjunction with the Greater Metro Denver Ministerial Alliance, we began to bring community organizations together and to hold community forums and community town halls for the purpose of two things. Number one, hearing what does public safety, or what should public safety look like? The second thing was to determine what type of people should be on a task force. If we were going to create the nation's largest and only community-led, community-organized task force, how would that look? Well, we did just that. We heard and we began to ask community organizations to come in to join. And we had over 40 plus community organizations. That's not including city officials and other community leaders and civic leaders who came together with the sole purpose of trying to figure out not just how do we deal with policing and things like use of force, how many bullets should a police have in their gun, and whether or not a police should be able to choke a person for 3 minutes or 2 minutes. You know, those kind of things have been discussed ad nauseum. What we wanted to talk about is, how do we reform public safety as a whole? How do we return the power for protecting? And this goes back again to action. How do we return the responsibility of protection back to the community and take it away from this centralized bureaucratic machine that we've known for years as the police? Because as a community, and even in African Americans, the 1994 crime bill, which did great damage to the Black community, could have never been passed if African Americans did not say, you know what, please send in armed paramilitary forces to help protect our communities, because we don't have a plan to protect our own communities. We don't have a way of stopping drugs. We don't have a way of educating our youth. Can you please come in here and help us, sir? And then on the flip side, we got angry when they did that and did the thing that they've been doing for hundreds of years: lock them up, put them in a cage, put them in chains. That's what they know how to do. That's what they did. Now we get upset about that. And then we say, oh, well, we need you now to change the laws that we asked you to put in place in the first place. You see, that's what happens when you don't take accountability and you're always relying on someone else to come into your neighborhoods, into your families, to be your savior. So what we began to do is to talk about, how do we restore that power to the community? And over the last 7 months, we've been meeting literally every single week. Every single Thursday at 4:30, and you're talking about close to 80 plus, sometimes 90 community individuals working together, thinking together. And I am proud to say that we've created 112 recommendations on how we can improve public safety just for the city of Denver, right here in the city of Denver. I'm excited about that because it feels good being able to say that I've done something to prevent my people from being over-policed, from preventing, teenagers in my neighborhood from being harassed by the police, to prevent people from being over-incarcerated for minor and really petty and insignificant infractions. And it just really feels good to be able to say that. We're going to actually have a press a release of the recommendations on Monday. Sunday night, we're glad to have Emmy Award-winning journalist Tamara Banks will be leading a community forum. Then on Monday, we have a protest rally in front of City Hall. And then we have a prayer rally at 8 o'clock at Short AME Church. And then last but not least, we're going to have on Tuesday, Brother Jeff will also host a community forum to continue to talk about the recommendations in this task force proposal. Listen, I am so excited. And it's always exciting when you do something to build up and to help your people. It's always exciting when you're a part of the arena. So I want to encourage each of you. Again, all of us look at it from a different perspective. I want to encourage each of you who are in the arena, each of you who are on the field, each of you who are fighting and working to better your home, to better your church, to better your neighborhood, your community, your school, whatever it may be. I want to encourage you, keep up the great work. Let's keep up the action. Hey, I'll be back here tomorrow night and we'll continue this conversation. Good night.
Seasoned with Grace, Unboxed also provides healthy relationship training and leadership development for businesses, churches, and community organizations. For a free consultation to discuss your team's needs, please contact us at our website at swg-unboxed.org. That's swg-unboxed.org.